Well, South Africa's done with their bit with the bat. They won the toss and decided they'd have a go first. And kind of have mixed feelings about this, you'd feel. Happy because they lost 2 wickets early, but have still managed to get close to 200. But maybe unhappy because there was a phase in the middle where things really dried up for them. Otherwise, they were looking good for a 200-plus score. But all told, 187 for 7. Not a bad showing at all. David Miller, the experienced David Miller, their star, showing you that old dog, new tricks. Yes, David Miller, 63 of 35. And then, of course, valuable contributions down that very informed batting order. This is Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, Michael Vaughan and Ajinkya Rahane. What do you make of this, Michael? Par, above par, below par?
Well, I think it's around par. I always judge, South Africa 3 down and David Miller and Brevis put on a nice partnership. But you take Jasprit Bumrah's figures out of there. So he's got 3 for 15. They've hit 172 in 16 overs. So I always judge pitches on bowlers other than Jasprit. because he's too good. So the rest of the attack struggle because the pitch is obviously a good one. So I think India will fancy chasing it. I think the pitch looks like the ball's coming on. You saw those shots from Tristan Stubbs, who just kind of got the momentum going back towards South Africa with that last over. But the pitch must be good. When Chakravarti's going for 47, this must be a decent batting surface.
Yeah, we must talk about the fact that 3 early wickets, right? 2 really early, then 3. It looked like they had their back to the wall, South Africa. That partnership was brilliant.
The partnership was, really crucial for them. 97, I think around 50 balls, 50 deliveries. We spoke about Jasprit Bumrah, 4 overs, 15 for 3, and also Arshdeep Singh, 4 overs, 28. So basically 43 runs in those 8 overs.
Yeah.
Apart from these 2 guys, others all went for runs. That wicket looked really good. Yes, it's a black soil wicket. The bounce is not that much what we expect to see on red soil. But again, Ahmedabad wicket, 187, as Michael said, at par. So India would have... So ideally, they wanted to see South Africa around 160, 170, the way they started. 3 wickets down for 20, but no credit to South Africa. Miller, Brevis, and then Stubbs, how they batted, and that partnership, what we spoke about.
97-run partnership. Just for our viewers, a little bit more about, David Miller knows about playing on the surface. He's played at GT for quite a while, and Brevis has just been in great form, even in the SA20 and internationals, and you can see at the rate that they've scored. Tell us a little about the difference between red soil and black soil, because we keep hearing that this ground has both surfaces.
Yeah, it has both surfaces. Black soil, basically, when bowlers are looking to bowl straighter lines, it's difficult to hit the ball, difficult to generate the pace and get the elevation at times. Red soil, you get the bounce, the pace is there. Batsman can actually use the pace and the bounce of the wicket. Ahmedabad, small ground, relatively, really good wicket to bat on. But also, we were talking about the no balls, the 2 no balls Indian bowlers bowled. That's where Miller actually capitalized. Both the no balls went for 6s. The free hit went for 6s. As a batter, you always look for that. Look for that one movement, one small movement in this format matters a lot. So, probably India will not think about those no balls, but I feel playing at black soil, all these small movements matters a lot.
You can see why David Miller is valued so much in South Africa. He's towards the end of his career than the middle, right? He's 37 years old. He's played his cricket. You think, T20 World Cup, they'll go with youth, and suddenly there's this 37-year-old guy in the mix. Today he showed, even if there was one naysayer, he showed that A, he's got the impact runs, B, the context to when he's got them.
Yeah, I was in the green room and asked for his age, because I remember when he nearly won Yorkshire Vitality Blast. And I was thinking, I'm sure it was 2010. It was a long time ago in Cardiff. The finals day were in Cardiff, and I thought David Miller nearly won it on his own. But, he's such a good balanced player. He can step it as good as anybody. He just plants that right foot down and bosh, he goes over mid-wicket. He can take it over deep extra cover for 6. But it's his calmness. He can play with a calm head because he knows he's got the skill set to damage. He trusts that ability to put the ball into the stands, and he really did deal with Chakravarti. There's not many over the last couple of years that have dealt with Chakravarti. He did that today.
He's Varun had a bad day. We were talking about Jasprit Bumrah bowling really well, but Arshdeep, let's talk about Arshdeep as well, because he also has bowled his 4 overs at just over a run a ball, right? He's gone at 7 and over and picked up 2 wickets. We were talking about this before the game started. It said, would you bowl Arshdeep and Jasprit? at the top, they did it, they got the wickets. But then there's the rub the other way, right? That when you bowl Hardik later, Hardik is better when he bowls up top. So that's the dilemma for India.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about Hardik bowling well, especially in the World Cup, bowling first over. He did that really well. But I thought today the plan was different. Looking at South Africa, they probably wanted Arshdeep to open the bowling just because of his swing. We spoke about getting Bumrah in second over. That was a good call. But I think Vaughan struggling. That's why we saw Shivam Dube bowling those 2 overs. I mean, I thought Surya was slightly confused. If Vaughan doesn't finish his 4 overs, he needed someone to bowl. Shivam also went for runs, 2 overs, 32. The plans we saw clearly, bowling slightly wider, which I feel personally, Shivam's strength is bowling straighter lines. And if you don't have a pace and looking to bowl slightly wider, it becomes really easy. And the margin of error for bowler is very less. So I thought Vaughan struggling. That was, I mean, anything can happen. This format, any bowler can go for runs. Bumrah bowled well for him. Arshdeep bowled well. Because Vaughan was struggling, we saw Shivam Dube bowling this over, and that was expensive.
All right. The next 90 to 120 seconds of the show will be dedicated to the genius of Jasprit Bumrah. Go.
Well, I always look at bowlers and think, what haven't they got? And I'm kind of trying to work out what he hasn't got. He's got pretty much everything. He's got the swing, he's got the pace, he's got the skill sets, he's got that amazing slow ball. Did for Rickleton with that slow ball. But I kind of always look at that and think, even if it's a flat wicket, Jasprit Bumrah can do the batter with the slow ball because he's got that the revolutions and the arm speed. So hard to pick up. Then he's got the Yorkers, he's got the bouncer. Got the calmness. He even catches balls that he doesn't think are out. And it's out. I've said it for many years. He's the best I've seen. He really is. He makes tippy toes in and flings it down pretty much where he wants. In, out, slow balls. Watches the batter. He's got everything.
Tell us from a batter's perspective, what makes it so difficult? Because you must have faced him so much. What makes him so?
Michael spoke about everything. I think, but the best thing what I like about Bumrah is his belief about his ability. Even if he's not bowling well, even if he's not in the rhythm, he has that belief in himself. Any given day, any spell, he will do it for the team. I think that's the best quality about Bumrah. This format, 50 over red ball, I've seen it everywhere. But skill-wise, he's there. Unique action, but the belief and the attitude. So that's what requires in this format, the attitude and willingness to do well in any situation. So I think because of that belief, he's able to do that. So, consistently.
Yeah, look at the binary in his, if you look at the ball by ball breakdown, right? Look at it's 1-0, 1-0, the odd 4, not the odd, just the 1-4, and then 1-0-0, 1-0-0, 0-0-0. So is Bumrah a robot?
Well, it's a good phone number. It's quite a cool one. But I think he's gone for 1 boundary in 4 overs. Again, in T20 cricket, that's ridiculous. And then he's just gone for singles.
Yeah.
That's it. So whether South Africa's plan was to just see him off, they didn't really gamble too much against Bumrah. I guess you look at Quinny de Kock at the top of the order. He tried, didn't he? And he got out. Yeah. So maybe South Africa's plan was, look, we're not going to give Bumrah too much, but they did give him 3. They're giving him 3 for 15. Yeah. But they looked to me like as soon as Shivam Dube came on, right, go. Yeah. Washington Sundar, go. Hardik Pandya, go. So
but they tried to hit Bumrah in the end. They were trying, but he's not giving them anything.
Well,
he's too good. He's too good. Yeah. But I thought South Africa were really smart to see Bumrah off. 4 overs, 15. Instead of 15, you say 30. 4 overs, 30. They are 200 plus on that wicket. But Bumrah is so good. It's really hard to hit him. As a batter, you got to be really brave. Quinny tried it really hard to go across. But wicket black soil, as I said, ball skids on, the bounce is not that much. It's really difficult to go across, especially against Bumrah, who bowls the tough length.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult.
So I always look, the old school way of bowling at the end is to bowl Yorkers. But there's only a small few can bowl the Yorker with the right trajectory, with the right angles. Because if you try and bowl Yorkers, you look at Manishanka today for Sri Lanka, he tried to bowl the Yorker, he got it to it, but he created an art for Will Jacks to hit. Where Bumrah is brilliant, when he bowls the Yorker, he doesn't create any arc. Even when he misses slightly, and we're talking he might miss by 6 inches. But because of the angle that he releases the ball, he watches the batter, particularly right-handers, they give him a bit of space to try and launch over extra cover, he'll just follow you. So he's always creating an angle. Yeah. He might lean over a little bit more to create even more of an angle. He's a genius. Yeah. There's not many. In my time, there's Wakar, Eunice used to bowl great Yorkers, but again, there were similar Yorkers.
Yeah.
I think Bumrah's got different Yorkers for different style. And I honestly do. I think he's got different release points and different Yorkers for the different batters.
Yeah. It's a Yorker buffet, basically. They make it table side, so you can customize it to whichever batter is sitting with the napkin and the knife and fork. They did make a meal of the power play today, South Africa, but they recovered well. Their batters, a few of them will go back happy, especially as you saw, as we said, David Miller. Then there was Devil Brevis. He was good. Tristan Stubbs towards the end. And remember, this is a guy who was not in the T20 team that was originally announced.
You look at that engine room there, GK. You look at Brevis striking at 155. You look at Miller, veteran, 180, and then Stubbs down the back end, 183. That is quality play.
Yeah.
And it never looked high risk. They've struck it, between them an average of over like 170, but it didn't look high risk.
And I also feel that's a tough phase to bat in T20 format. First 6 overs, easy to bat. Just got to take on the game. But middle overs, the middle phase is really difficult to bat. Especially Indian spinners are bowling. I thought they were brave. 3 wickets down, but the way Miller batted, taking on Vaughan, other bowler Shivam Dubey as well. It was great batting. Great to see those guys doing well.
It's a good total. It's not a bad total. Do you think they can defend this? Do you think South Africa can defend this?
Yeah, they can. Of course they can, but they can also lose. It's just you're up against an Indian batting lineup that you're looking at pressure and scoreboard pressure. I'm not too sure whether the Indian team feels that pressure. They're so used to pressure now.
Yeah.
10 years ago maybe.
Yeah.
But in the last few years, they're not feeling the pressure. They'll know that someone will have to play very well, and they'll know they're probably going to have to win the power play. They're probably going to have to get off to a bit of a flyer. But this Indian batting lineup is used to targeting this kind of number.
See, I think it's a good total. 187, 188 to win. It's a very good total. But South Africans, they don't have mystery spinners. I mean, we had Varun Chakravarti who went for runs today. Wicket Indian batters playing well at this moment. Everyone is in good form. Only one guy we are looking is Abhishek Sharma.
True.
How he starts today. So looking forward to that.
You'll probably see a spinner to him in the beginning. Maybe captain takes the ball himself. If Keshav Maharaj, the mystery will be, will they bowl him in front of left-handers? Because India has only left-handers in the top 8. You got 6 out of 8 left-handers. So we'll see if that age-old hypothesis, captains not putting a left-arm finger spinner in front of left-handers, whether that still works. Because if they're going to go by that philosophy, Maharaj might not get to bowl today. So I don't think that's going to happen. So it'll be interesting to see whether that gets broken or not. Power play score predictions, gentlemen.
Okay, I'll start now. 6 overs, 58.
Okay.
55.
53. That's me. All right. I've got news for you. Just as we've given our score guesses, Ishan Kishan is out.
55.
58.
Stop it.
58.
Okay. Advantage India? Advantage South Africa? 50-50. What are you going with?
India. Advantage India, I think.
Yeah?
With that wicket, South Africa.
Oh, that turned quick, didn't it? Just turned on a dime. All right. Before any other wickets go, we're going to scoot out of here. We'll see you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. Do join us then. Right now it's 188 for India to win this Super 8 encounter against South Africa. Replay of the final from Barbados in 2024. Will it go the same way or not? We'll find out. Time will tell. Thank you for watching Cricbuzz Live.